Hi everyone, today I'm doing a short polygel set. I haven't done a short set in a while, so this video is going to be fairly simple and short. I've been wanting to do a more exaggerated short set for a while, so if you're interested in that, let me know. Now on with the tutorial. I'm starting off by getting rid of the shine off of my nails and lifting my cuticles so they are easy to remove. To lift my cuticles, I used a flame bit, and to remove the shine off of my nails, I used a sanding bit. Then I went in with some cuticle remover. If you don't like to use a cuticle trimmer, using cuticle remover is an easier option. It works fairly well in my opinion. Now I'm using some dehydrator and primer. Always use the dehydrator first so it can dehydrate your nails, and use the primer after. Then I did my pop-off method, which is applying matte top coat and cuticle oil. I use the same method for both polygel and gel X nails. And of course, if you aren't doing a pop-off set, skip the matte top coat and cuticle oil step. And I like to do this with my nail sets since I don't like them on that long anyway, and this method can last up to 1 day to a couple of days. I like to apply my nail tips with top coat because it's a part of the pop-off method. Of course, if you aren't doing this step, then just do this step with nail glue. You want to cut your nails to your desired length. Then you want to shape the tips of your nails to make sure they're straight before you apply the polygel. Even if you're doing a curved tip, you want to make sure to do this step before the polygel. It just makes it easier later on. Also, before applying polygel, make sure to do a layer of base coat so the polygel doesn't separate from the nail tips. I've made the mistake in the past of missing this step and the polygel separated, so this step is very important, especially for a long-lasting set. I'm using Double D Nails Polygel Desert Rose and Polygel Hybrid Gel Brush. If you're looking for a good brand of polygel, I would suggest this one. I've been using this brand in a lot of my videos, so if you want to see how this polygel works on different nail shapes, then you can check out my other videos. When applying your polygel, you will want to use alcohol to move your polygel around and get the right shape. With longer sets, I do the 2B method because doing long sets as the 1B method is just too difficult, so I stick to 2. Then when you're done, you want to wipe your nails with an alcohol pad and also shape, file, and buff your nails. I use this Born Pretty hand extension gel for the flowers and I apply yellow polish on top. With using this product, you want to use alcohol on your gloves if you're going to be touching it with your hands. If you have non-stick gloves, this isn't necessary. With the flower, I like to prepare small balls so it's easy to just put on the nail. And I use a sculpture pen. This is the only tools I use for 3D flowers or 3D nail art. And for the flowers in the corner of the nail, I split the ball in half because I didn't want the flowers touching. I did French tips on the rest of the nails using Nail Reserve polish, Yellow Reserve, and I did 2 layers of that. I have a recent tutorial explaining the best way to do rhinestone French tips. If you would like a more detailed explanation, you can look on my channel. Now I'm applying some finishing touches and top coat, and that's it for today's video. This set was very simple and easy, and look forward to seeing more content like this. Don't forget to like the video and comment if you have any questions. If there is any nails you want me to try, let me know. Everything is also linked in the description. I really hope you enjoyed today's video.